What's up, guys? It's your boy Jericho. I wanted to make a video for a really long time about my milestones that I would like to reach as a trans person because I have only recently started talking about it super openly. I would mention it up to like even 5, 6 years ago, even, but I wasn't fully out at the time and I wasn't fully settled on where I felt like my identity was. So I never really had like set things that I wanted. And I feel like a lot of people who are trans or, non binary, if you consider yourself trans, or some people do not when they are non binary, people of varying genders, when questioning things like that, sometimes depending on where they settle, they have goals or aspirations or, different things that they want to achieve. I'm no exception. I have like a short list that I wrote because it's just my thoughts are not organized. But I do have some because I feel like when you're early in this type of journey, not a lot of people talk about, I don't know, people that are not necessarily great sometimes talk about things that they feel you have to have. And because of that, I feel like not as many people openly talk about what they want because people are so prone to judgment of others and stuff like that. And I just feel like if we talk about more what personal goals are, people will realize that it is not like trans people are not a monolith. We don't all want the same exact things. So I kind of wanted to say that. None of these are necessarily like in order of like I want to do them stacked this way. I have to do this first. I have to do this second. But the first one, and this is probably a very common one unless you like really like your name, which is fine. I think it's great if you like your birth name. But one thing that I would like to do is legally change my name. Specifically, I would like it to be changed on my license. Some people want it changed as far back as their birth certificate. At this point, that's not a big deal for me. For me, a license would be a bigger deal because I feel like more people see the license. So that's just a thing for me that I would eventually like. Um, I don't have a binder yet. I'm planning on getting at least one in the near future, but I feel like a milestone for me would be to have 5 to 7 binders. So the way we rotate laundry, basically at any given time, if I feel like I want to wear one that day, I will have one available to wear. Just as a personal validation thing. Following that, I eventually would like to get a packer and underwear that is going to support me wearing a packer. Because obviously, if you don't have the proper underwear, your packer is going to fall out of your pants leg and you're going to trip over it in public. There's no other option. You will trip in public. This is the fear I have. I would like to. Oh yes, I want to own a very like not expensive, but like I want to own a nice pair of like men's dress shoes. Um, like I could do that at any time. I just don't go to very many like dressier occasions, but I've needed new shoes for a while, so I'll probably get some at some point. But that's a thing for me is like men's dress shoes, and another one is probably one of the biggest ones on the list for me because it would be kind of expensive to do for me is I really feel like a big milestone that I really want to hit is getting professionally fitted for a suit and then getting said suit to go with said shoes and having just like a really nice men's outfit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not super into like gender roles, but like if I had to like pick something that is traditional that I am just really jazzed about, it's a fitted suit. But I think honestly, I think anyone looks good in a fitted suit of any gender. Like fitted suits are just such a thing for me. I don't know. I just think they just look so good, and I just really want a fitted suit. I want one of my milestones that I want is I would like to get topical testosterone. It is not as usually from my research, it's not as strong and the effects aren't as immediate as the shot, but that's kind of why I would prefer it. And then, if the fates allow, not a lot of men in my family are really hairy, but I would like to shave my face, like have a reason to shave my face, because I have like a few little hairs that grow, but it's not like I can really invest in the shaving kit right now. Like, I can't justify it with the amount of hair I get on my face. So I feel like shaving my face is something that it's just something that men do, and I feel like it would be one of those things that, since I didn't grow up having certain, like I didn't get to go through the traditional guy rite of passages and social stuff, so shaving my face would be really great for me as a personal milestone. Um, Also, I feel like it's important to talk about what your goals aren't, because, like I said, people think we are a monolith. My goals are not to pass as cisgender. That's fine if I do. Oh god, the sun just went right the fuck away. Um, it's not really my goal to pass as cis. It's okay for me to look like I'm trans, if that makes sense, because I'm not ashamed of being trans. Being trans causes me less dysphoria than pretending that I am not trans. So, if that makes sense. Um, my goals aren't to only dress or look masculine, which I guess kind of loops into the cis thing, but like, I love gender non-conforming styles and people. I think that being cute, being stylish, being alt, being femme especially, has no gender. Even if you're trans, especially if you're like a trans guy and you're comfortable wearing like pastels or whatever you like if a cis guy can get away with it in a fashion like photography shoot, I don't care what your gender is, you can too. If that person can put on the clothes, you too can put on the clothes. Like, it has no gender. And even though I am on the masculine side of the spectrum, like, I still really love femme looks, and I will always appreciate femme stuff because it's just better looking. Let folks be femme, is what I'm saying. But also, my last thing, that my goals are not to rush. I am not in any sort of hurry. My transition will progress as it does, and I'm not on anyone's schedule except for mine and my body's. So that's just, milestones, goals. It's okay and it is good to have them. You don't have to have the same ones as anybody else to be trans. You are valid in your transness because it's your experience. So that's all I wanted to say. Bye.